Hello. There's already somebody here. I forgot about you guys. I was like, oops, forgot. But my little reminder thing on my phone was like, hey, bitch, go live. I was like, oh no, because I'm running behind with other things. But that's okay. I just purchased a good deal course, $3 for a course that is going to be helpful to me and all of the members of my subscription. So that's good. And I still got videos to do for them, but I'm here. I'm gonna get my deck that I was using, and stuff for this decky deck. This deck. How's everybody doing? I'll get the comments up in a second. Here we go. In this deck. And, all right. You get out of the way, please. And I'll put you in here. Go. Monica. Welcome to Star Seekers, Monica. And live chat. Anybody here? How's everybody doing? Got my spray. Spray the shit off. My dogs are so mad at me right now. I'm sorry, buddies. I'll feed you after. I'm sorry. I forgot. They're like, what are you doing? My dad made Honey Bunny. My dad made Honey Bunny some of the food. Like, they get wet food, they get dry food and wet food. I already gave them their dry food, so they're not starving. But he made wet food for Honey Bunny, and he made too much, so he left some out on the counter, and they know it's there, and they're like, we want it now. And I'm like, no, I can't do it right now. I'm sorry. But they're all sitting at the top step, like, just staring at me. Hello, hello. How are you going, lovely? I'm good. How are you? I got my new decks here. Well, two of them. And then I got the past life one here. But how's everybody doing tonight? I completely forgot about this. I was like, ah! When I saw the little reminder pop up on my phone. Because I took a nap and then, wasn't thinking. I didn't look at the thingy today, but I just cleaned up that area so that I could be looking at it again, because when I was looking at it, I was getting everything done right on time. So I'm going to be doing that. You're going okay too? That's good. It's been weird energy, I've noticed, like, lately. There's just, like, a lot of volatile energy that's like, bleh, bleh. And I've tried really hard not to, like, let it in or go into it or get pissed off or whatever, but it's like, sometimes it's like people just want you to be or something. They just keep, like, pokey, 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 poke. Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's like, fuck you! Are you happy now? Got me to be a bitch? Sometimes you have to be a bitch to make other people stop being one. Like, my dad was in a bad mood for, like, the last 2 days. And so, like, earlier today when I went outside, I was not in a good mood because of, like, other things. And he's like, what's the matter? But he stopped being in a bad mood because I was in a bad mood. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, can we all just be happy? I don't want to be in a bad mood to make you stop being in one. Or that's how it is sometimes. Hi, how are you? I have no idea what I might ask tonight. That's okay. It's a common theme today because I was supposed to go live for the subscribers yesterday. Well, I go live on Wednesday for the subscribers, but a lot of them are in different areas and, like, they have other things to do. So a lot of them couldn't make it. So I was like, whatever. I'll just do, like, 10-minute videos for you guys because there's 9 of them, so that's 90 minutes. And if I go live with people, I end up live for, like, an hour, 2 hours. So it equals out, but a lot of them didn't really have, like, they didn't know what to ask. So they were like, Just tell me whatever the spirits want me to know, and that's okay too. Um, hello, Songs of Starlight. How are you? Just Palo Santoing the energy and using my Florida water. Florida water in the summertime is nice because it's like you spray the heat off of you, get all that shit like nice and relaxed. I got my pink lemonade. I like it with ice, but I don't like it with ice because the ice melts and then it's not like sweet anymore. Boosh. What's up, Boosh? I'm a Boosh. Here at Boosh, we have equal opportunity among all douches and bitches. When we combine these two worlds together, you find that Boosh is life changing. Becoming a Boosh means not only are you a bitch, but you're a douche. A bitchy douche. I'm so weird. I'm always open to, yeah, and that's, Jenny was one of the people of the subscribers. She was like, I'm open to whatever they say. Yes, I'd be happy to hear whatever Spirit has to say. Okay, so I'll start off with Drew, because I know Drew was here first. And we'll see what Spirit has to say. And then if Rick has a question, you let me know, Rick. And Songs of Starlight and Boosh. Boosh is always open to whatever, so I don't even really need to ask her. And she's got 2 of these coming today. So for Drew, I have unlimited potential and I claim my purpose. All I need is within me. This is a recurring energy that's been coming out. And then we are all sisters and we reflect the divine in one another. So we have everything we need in us, and we find people who are going to reflect things back to us that we either need to like pay attention to within ourselves or absorb from those people and figure out like who are they, like what is it that this person's got that like I would like to, acquire in myself, or I want to reflect back to this person. You know what I mean? And I do notice that like it's weird. Some people are weird and it's like ass backwards, like, me being in a bad mood takes my dad out of a bad mood. Me being in a good mood puts him into one, but whatever. It's weird. But we have this energy. We both are manifesting generators, but he's the emotional one and I'm the non-emotional one. So I think sometimes that clashes. And also like being manifesting generators, right? Like we manifest and generate whatever is there 10 times what normally would be. It's like, boom, here's way more anger. Here's way more sadness. Here's way more sickness. Whatever, but way more wealth, way more health, way more everything. So we want to be mindful of those things within ourselves. Like you could be a projector, you could be a manifester, you could be a receiver, like just get to know yourself, but then surround yourself with the people that can like help you to acquire whatever you feel like maybe you don't have, or realize your fullest potential. Because when we see other people living at good things, doing good stuff, and they're succeeding in something that we don't even have an awareness of, then that helps us tap into the unlimited potential and claim our purpose. And all we need is within us. Everybody around us, if they're showing up and showing us something, it's like, hey, you've got this too. Just turn it on. Or hey, you may be stuck in this right now, but you don't have to be. You can reflect something else and be mirrored back in a new way at any time. And I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. This energy has been coming out too, like, connecting with Gaia. The rhythm of my breath directs the rhythm of my life, like slowing down, go outside, spend some time in nature, look at the water. There's like been a lot of studies, and it says that people who physically see water, like the ocean or the rivers or something like that, clear their emotions and they clear themselves of like chaos. They relax, they calm down. This world that we live in with these houses and these walls and these windows and these floors and like scrubbing and cleaning, and like that's not our natural state. Yes, it's nice and clean and all that, but like going out there, like the night that Jenny and I took mushrooms, I was out there rolling around in the grass and I'm like, oh my god, this is so awesome. And I was just like covered in grass and marshmallow, but it was like, it was healing. It was a dirty, gross mess. I peed my pants. And not fully, but I started to pee my pants because I was laughing so much. Um, but like doing that, going out, laughing, having fun, rolling in the grass, like doing these things to get connected to the earth. You don't have to be on mushrooms to do it. You could just do it. And my community is supporting, loving, and active in the world. So find the right people that are going to support you, and then I'm on the right path and divinely guided. Like, just keep saying this too. Like, I am where I need to be. I am surrounded by the right people. Everything is working out in my favor, because then it starts to do that, and it just gets easier and easier. And look, what if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace and receive guidance. You are supported. And then today's soul action says list 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. So again, like I just said, just call it in by affirming it, by speaking it into existence, by knowing that like it's not that hard. It doesn't have to be hard. But if we're letting fear stall us out or get stuck, you're the boss of that. This came out earlier. I did a reading on the channel, and these cards are coming out, and there was a lot of synchronicity within, like, like, what do I need to do? What do I need to focus on? Where am I giving my power away? Where am I comparing and contrasting? And then where can I ask for more help in my life? Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Today, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. And today's mantra is, I ask for what I want and I'm open to receiving it. So allow yourself to receive what you would like to have, and it will come. Hi, Melissa. That's so true. I went to take again today, and it was so revitalizing. Oh, the lake again. I'm like, what? Laughing my ass off, and you made me roll two in the blanket. I put out blankets for her because I'm like, here, I'll make you and I'm don't go on that side. That side's the bad side. Because one side of the blanket, it was like, it's a double-sided blanket, but it had tore from the dog. So there's like one side is all black and one side is leopard print. And I was like, don't go on the black side. But she did roll. And then she was down there and stayed down there. And then she drummed. She did all the things that I whispered at her 10,000 times to do. I'm like, Jenny, roll in the grass. You're going to like it. Sweet results await when you do the fun shit and you co-create with spirit. And life is speeding up. I've noticed this. Like yesterday, I was like, how the hell? Because the day before yesterday, it went so slow. It was like I was getting so much done. I worked on the website. I posted stuff. I did stuff. And it was like only 2 p.m. And then even the day when I was doing all the orders here and going to the post office, it closed at 5. But like, it felt like that day, like I had plenty of time. And then yesterday, it was like, just like, where the hell did time go? It was 5 p.m. when I turned around. I'm like, what the hell? How did it already become that time? And today was similar, where it was like, it was speeding up. But I feel like we have the power, and I've talked about this before, and in that video, is in the Andromedan video, I was talking about it, the Andromedan starseed, and I was talking about time, and like the guys came through, the orb things, they were like, but when I was in that, I was saying, like, you can slow it down or speed it up. They always say, like, time flies when you're having fun, or like when you were sitting in school and you're waiting for that bell to ring. It was like those last 60 seconds could take an hour, it felt like. But we can perceive that, and if we eliminate that and we just live in the flow and just trust that we're going to be where we need to be when we need to be there without really like worrying so much about it. It sucks because like, yeah, if we have a 9 to 5 job, we got to be there at 9 and we got to wait till 5 to go. But like, you can start breaking out of those limitations and speeding things up and slowing things down dependent upon what you're doing. Like there's been times that I've been like, oh no, I'm going to be late, but I'm on time. If I don't do that to myself and instead be like, no, I'm gonna slow it down, I'm gonna calm down, and I'm gonna let this, shift. Know your worth. Know that you're worth that too. That let yourself shine. Be your best self by just being the best self that you can be. Lift out of the negativity. Be here now in this moment. Don't worry about tomorrow or yesterday or whatever or anything other than just this moment and being the best you can be. Because if you keep showing up in this moment, the best that you can be, every moment forward will get better. And the truth transcends illusion. The dark side. Stay away from the dark side. Don't go into the dark. Don't go into the blackness. It looked pretty scary, at the time. And then that fairy was like, like, oh no. But open up to the infinite possibility. So I feel like the message for you, Drew, is basically like you have everything you need inside of you. There's infinite possibilities. It is safe and beautiful to express your sensuality. Like, be sexy, be beautiful, be bold, be at the fullness of you. And if you need help, ask for it. If you aren't feeling good, like if you don't know what to focus on, go within and be like, what do I even want? Like, what should my focus be? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power, and most people can dabble their way through. So today, Soul Action says, what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make some adjustments and prioritize? So wherever you've been, feeling like there's been a lack or there's like things that are not feeling the best, just know that it's all going to come together. I have more molding for my dad said something. I don't know what he's talking about. Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention I need. And if you've been feeling lack of like support, or lack of abundance or lack of anything at all, just keep loving yourself and knowing that things are getting better. They're improving. They're like every moment is just the next step there. A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Take responsibility on whom you are placing blame right now. Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it. Even if you don't feel ready, listen to your heart and you will be led. So basically, if you feel like, oh, I can't do this because so-and-so, or every time, or I'm not smart, whatever, stop living in that vibration, because it's not a match to the other vibrations of like abundance and receptivity and all the good things that flow to us when we let go of that. And sometimes that means we've got to let go of people. Sometimes that means we've got to let go of triggers. Sometimes we've got to like remove the thing that's fucking with us, but not put ourselves in a box either, or live in a hole, or pretend like disassociate and not look at life, because like the only way we're going to get better is by facing those triggers and ascending those triggers. But like if someone's attacking you and it's hurting you, you might need to remove that. If somebody keeps repeating something with you over and over, and it's like you're sick of hearing, like, because you can only apologize so many times before it's like, apology is not change behavior. So then that's our responsibility, not to be a victim of the behaviors that keep repeating in people. And I know it's hard when we're in like narcissist abuse and stuff like that. We get beat down and we stay and we listen to the bullshit and we listen to the lies and we listen to the, oh, I'm so sorry. But there's never changed behavior. Then that's our fault for sitting there through all of those false, apologies and things that happen. And then we can fall into that place where we start doing that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll do better next time. But it's like, just be better right now. Just choose to be better. Don't make excuses. Own what you do in your own life, that whether it's good or bad or whatever we do is like, we were there for it. Whether we were a victim of somebody else's behavior or we were the person being the victim of ourselves, it doesn't matter. We were there. We chose to be in that moment. We can choose to rise out of it. And it takes strength and courage. I'm not saying it's easy. But when we get in harmony with nature and earth and our inner voice, things get a little bit easier. So learn from the past. Where have you needed healthy boundaries, and just keep them firm and co-create with spirit and trust. Embrace the in-between too, because it's not like if you start thinking positively and you don't see results instantly, you got to get through that in-between time and trust that it's coming. And here's Gibo. This is the last card I'm going to do for this one. Here, let me get you what it means. It looks like an X and it has a swan. Schwanny swan. So the X marks the spot. Where the hell's the X? What the hell? Like, it definitely looks like an X. Is there no X? Come on, there it is. Gibo. Gifts, partnership, sacrifice, fair exchange, honor. Okay? So you may have some exchange happening or a new partner coming in. You may need to sacrifice something. It could be the way you've been feeling. Because if you're not feeling worthy of a partner, then a partner won't show up. If you're not feeling worthy of love and abundance, then it won't come in. So sacrifice unworthiness. And you can just do like a little ritual and just make the decision. The belief is all that needs to change. Be like, boom, I'm lighting this candle to get rid of my unworthiness, and then just live in the vibration and the knowing of I've done this, I'm good now. Still work on the things around it. Like maybe you have physical insecurities, emotional insecurities, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But you could choose in this moment to let go of unworthiness and face the things that trigger the unworthiness, and start working on shifting those beliefs every day and doing like little rituals, because the subconscious can be fooled into new ways of being, because it was fooled into these false ways of being. It was fooled into thinking we're not good enough, that we're not pretty enough, that we should be photoshopped and airbrushed and whatever, that we should be doing what everyone else is doing in so many different ways. No matter where we go, what we do, whether we're spiritually, evolved, or physical, like just whatever, it doesn't matter. There's these things, these conditions that have been placed on us, that it's time to break out of those illusions and make our own conditions for our lives so we can be happy. Oh, okay. You got this one. Oh my god, awesome sauce. Okay, Rick, I will do yours too. um what did we have here? Boop boop. All right, let me do Rick, and then I'll do Songs of Starlight, and then I'll do Jenny. Okay, so is there anything left in my old career in a declining niche of software engineering, or is it time for me to let it go? Oh, wait, okay, I'm working on studying next year. I have a plan to ask her to come with me to the crystal shop. Awesome sauce. So you have your plan, you have your focus, you know what you want, you have everything inside of you that's going to help you, and embrace the in-between. Learn from the past where the things weren't good, and be fearless and bold. You get all that time to build yourself up. You'll be good when you get there. So with Rick, is there anything left in the old career in your declining niche of software engineering, or is it time for me to let it go? Let it go, let it go. We have be loyal to what you love and time to collaborate. So I feel like if you like doing that, if you're like, I like that job, I don't want it to go away, you could collaborate it or mix two worlds together, or innovate in some way. Like there's a lot of people out there that have been looking at AI as, oh no, AI is going to take everyone's jobs. But there's other people looking at it as like, AI is revolutionizing things, and it's taking people to the next level, because instead of firing my writer, I'm going to give my writer the tools to write even more, to write better, to write what they couldn't write before, to create much more. Because like we can have it write something for it. Because like some things, you don't need to be the one typing out like 20, what are the 20 benefits of this type of crystal? Like if AI knows that answer, okay, cool, let's give them the 20 benefits of this type of crystal, but then we give them the intuitive message behind why they're getting that crystal. You know what I mean? So like in engineering and like computer stuff, merging these worlds together of like what's new and upcoming with the what like how can I innovate that? How can I make things so that it's like my job is like increased, like the power of it is increased. I'm using AI at my advantage rather than looking at it as taking my job away. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I don't even know anything about that stuff. I can use technology. I'm pretty good with it, but I had a call the other day with people. I was like, how do I use it to do this? Um, and they were like, oh, we'll help you. So sometimes it's just learning the new things too, and then you might get like, oh my god, you could have the next best idea that nobody's thought of yet. Like somebody came up with everything. Somebody keeps coming up with better ways of improving things. And sometimes we get nervous when things get improved, because we're like, we're not used to it. We're used to the old way. Even though we know the old way isn't necessarily the best way, and there's problems and there's hiccups and there's slowdowns and all blah, blah, that's why we keep innovating. So I really feel like you could be loyal to what you love about that work, if you like it, if you're happy with it, you enjoy it, but collaborate or look at other people in that field and see what they're doing. What are they doing? Where are they going? What have they done with this? Like how are they navigating this fluctuation? How are they navigating this like dying thing? And just, educate and collaborate and figure it out. And like this is another recurring theme lately. And I got a message today from somebody who is like she's doing like this like galactic thing where she takes people into um like go in and explore their other lives in the stars, and like she has like a quantum healing type of something or other, and I don't know the exact name of it, but it sounded really cool, and she's like, I want to know if you want to collaborate, and yeah, I want to collaborate, that sounds awesome. we don't need to we don't need any collaborators either to go out and be our best selves. But when we start looking at the people around us that are doing the things that we like to do, that we feel excited about, that we know is gonna like change our energy and our energy field and our abundance and all of that, it's like let's collaborate with these people. Let's work together. Let's not look at everybody else and see like what I'm not doing right. Let's see what they're doing right and then learn from each other. And I really truly, I mean, if somebody doesn't want to collaborate with you, that's on them. There may be a reason why they don't. There probably be a reason in it, even in the layer of like, oh, I asked them to collaborate and they said no. Well, then you just got protected from some reason. But don't let that deter you from going on to another person, and keep putting yourself out there. That's the thing with a lot of stuff I've noticed in our society is like people get really like, oh no, when like they feel rejected or they don't feel accepted or they don't feel seen or they don't feel heard or they don't feel like people care or they're not making a difference. And I know because I've sat within it, even though I've had plenty of messages and plenty of comments and plenty of people tell me otherwise. It's easily forgot, and it's easily like, oh, we're easily put into a place of feeling like I'm not doing the best I could. I'm not like I don't know what to do now. Like so and so's doing it better, or this thing's innovative and I don't stand a chance with it. When we think that and feel that, that's what we will end up seeing and creating. But when we're like, no, I'm gonna use this to the best of my ability. I'm gonna rise with this awesome change, and we just flip the script about it. Things get better, but bring a gentle touch, and try to see the big picture in things. Because on a big scale, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for you right now. But maybe just finding the right people, would help you in that way. People who know, something that maybe you don't know yet. And then this says the abundant universe will provide and freedom is yours. So again, when we collaborate with other people, that doesn't mean we're, because I know a lot of us are control freaks and a lot of us are like, I want to do it my way. But when we give that away and we stop feeling that way, it makes our lives 10 times easier. Like I've been like, oh, let me think of ways. Like I was going to start asking for volunteers to help me, and then like those volunteers that help me with the certain skills that they help me with, I'll give them access to free things that they normally wouldn't be able to access. But it's like they benefit, I benefit. And I got that from Dr. Stephen Greer, because I'm like, he has he doesn't pay anybody, but he does all these big huge expensive things, and he's a nonprofit. And I've been talking about doing nonprofit before, but it's like jump through hoops. It's like, but I could get volunteers to help me do the things that like I don't like to do, I don't know how to do, or I don't do because it's like too much for me. But if I do that and I collaborate with people, and there's ways to work things around, and you have something to give people, you have value inside of you, and the abundant universe will provide to you. But the freedom is yours to choose that. The freedom is yours to be like, no, I'm going to do it all by myself, or no, like I'm going to look at this in the way that it's just like it's just a dead thing. Like, and sometimes we get there, just based off of what we're looking at. But I feel like again, embrace the in between. This is happening for so many of us right now because we're going in. I think it's Monday. There's the north node and the south nodes are switching the energies. So what we've been doing for our career, what we've been doing for our mission and our purpose, how we've been showing up in the world, how we feel like we're supposed to be here is shifting. But that doesn't necessarily mean like it's a bad thing. We're going to be more intuitive, I feel. We're going to be more empathic. We're going to be more collaborative. We're going to be more open to the infinite. And I think it's going to be good for people. But if we're going into it not feeling powerful or not feeling like we're in a stable place, just reclaim your power, and try to see the big picture as I've got a new foundation. It's time to let go of the old one, but like knowing that I had the experience of building that foundation in that building in that place, and maybe it crashed down, but now I'm going to build a better one in its place. And I feel like a lot of us are there in many ways, in our love lives, in our health, in our wealth, in our abundance, in our joy, in our friendships. It's like, but you've learned what doesn't work, and you've learned who doesn't work. So set healthy boundaries, think on your feet, let go of whatever, maybe feeling limited, Freedom is yours with 33, and reclaim your power with 44. And again, just be loyal to what you really like. You can overcome any obstacle when you let yourself shine, and just watch and wait. They're saying, like, watch and wait, because sweet results are there and miracles are endless. Like, you could have some, crazy idea tomorrow that becomes like, you become the next billionaire because of what you came up with. I'm very hot. I need to turn the AC on. Okay. And then let me get you one of these. Oh, it's the bat. Isa. It looks like an eye, and it says stillness, self-control, focus, stability, stasis. So I feel like right now you might need to, like, come into stasis, come into a time of stillness, just to think about what you're trying to create as you move forward. I can look for a new angle that no one has thought of. Yeah. 90% of my colleagues have moved on to other work. I still have one fit in because I have so much skill at it. So yeah, turn that skill into something new. But like they're saying right here, skill. Like, you've got the focus, you've got the stability, you've got the self-control. You can turn this into something. So I feel like right now has been the in-between. I know you had been in like a hermit time. I feel like on Monday, when those north and south nodes shift, your whole life could be created in a whole new way. And what is your body telling you right now? Through physical pain or discomfort, our body sends us messages for us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limits you. Listen to your physical body, and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. And then it says, get the book Heal Your Body by Louis L. Hay, and find the answers toward which your body is guiding you. I've noticed recently my knees have been like really like sore. Like when I wake up in the morning, it's like they're very stiff, which I know is part of like all the Lyme shit. Like your joints get attacked and all that. But like it went away for a while, then it started coming back. But it depends on the position I'm sleeping in. Like if I sleep with my feet like my knee bent and my feet flat on the bed, which I do sometimes because there's so many dogs down there. It can cause them to ache, but as soon as they get up and start walking, they feel fine. And I've noticed like a lot of that, just keeping the energy flowing in our body can help us from feeling certain ways, like going out, exercising, doing some yoga, just doing some movements, some stretches. Like there's a lot of healing that occurs with the different techniques. Like there's like the cranial sacral. I feel like cranial sacral would really help you. Like you see all this stuff and you do all this stuff, and you may not even be in physical pain right now, but there could be something that's like you're not feeling it because maybe you don't know it's there. You know what I mean? But I definitely feel like it says, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? So yeah, again, I feel like there's some innovation that you have that you can bring to this table that nobody else has thought of. It says, are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave, and you will discover what you are really made out of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. So I feel like just know it's going to be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. You know, same message is coming out for people tonight. And then, am I afraid to be seen? What parts of me do I hide so I can be socially accepted and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can be safe to be seen? And journal on some answers. So this says, the world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. Time to shine your unique light on the world. You were made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. So you got the freedom card. You got the live naked and free. You've got, like, I feel like you've been in that stasis. You've been in that hermit mode for a little while. Now you're breaking out, and it's aligning with these shifts. And I really feel like just focus on, it's going to be easy. I'm going to do it. I'm going to change this in an amazing way. Body wisdom says things can be easier. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome sauce. 717. Yes, cardinal signs are affected the most. Awesome sauce. Okay, so let me get Songs of Starlight. I would like to know what my spirit team wants to say to me. what I should keep working on to raise my frequency in self-love. Okay, so what's going on with the self-love, to raise the frequency, the energy? And again, guys, when you come into these, know that a lot of the messages that come through are resonant for each other, because we're all in a similar, path here, or a similar, like, you wouldn't be brought into this room if there wasn't something in it for you. We got playful. So it says sandpiper spirit, like I was talking about, like rolling in the grass. Like, I had been making us s'mores, and I had like the stick, and I'm like in the fire, and I'm crying, and like I had tears just running down because like the smoke was blowing in my eyes. But I'm like, no, I gotta be in here because it's so nice. um, I wouldn't come out of them, like, no, and then finally it would drop off of it. It would get so gooey, it would drop, and that was like when I knew it was done. I'm like, now it's done. But they were so good. They were the kind of the chocolate inside. But just making that mess and being sticky and like crying and laughing and like was like, it was healing. It was like, I was like, I feel like I'm healing my inner child. Like, and I know I was, because I was having fun. So have fun. Don't be afraid to make a mess. Like, you don't have to roll around out there in the dirt and be like, burning yourself in a fire for you to have fun. Have your own fun. Like, find your own way to have fun. And watch your words. What are you speaking over yourself? Are you limiting yourself by being like, I don't know how to do that. I'm not smart enough. Like, I can't do it. And we all do it. Like, I catch myself all the time. I call myself stupid. I call myself crazy. I call myself all of these things that I don't want to resonate within. But it's an instinct. It's a natural thing that we do sometimes. But we catch it and we shift it. And if we go back to being that little kid, before the world conditioned us into, don't say anything crazy, don't be dirty, don't be silly, don't be like, you gotta be ladylike, and you gotta be this, and don't do that, and it's like, you can't win either way, because people will hate you for being too ladylike, and, oh, they're a snob, they think they're better than everybody, or for being like, oh, they swear like a trucker, they're just like a low class, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you can't win. So don't worry about appeasing anybody other than yourself. Go back to that child within and lay a new foundation that has fun. Know your worth. Don't let sticky people stink up your fun. Don't let you stink up your fun. And look there's a bat spirit, and it says a rebirth is assured. So I feel like this is also for Rick too. It's for everybody, but he literally had the card with the upside down bat on it from the other deck here. And this says a rebirth is assured, and it's number 5. So all of us are going through changes. We are rebirthing. We are rising. The miracles are endless. 155. And look at 55. It's time to heal. It's time to shed the outgrown layers. It's time to let go. And it's like, yeah, sometimes life stings. Sometimes we sting. Sometimes other people sting us. Sometimes it's our fears. Sometimes it's our doubts. Sometimes it's our circumstance. Sometimes it seems like it's outside of us, like, oh, I got sick. So we like own that, and we're like, I got sick and it hurt me and it took me down and bop-a-da-boop. Or I was dumped and I was rejected, and so bop-a-da-boop-a-da-bop-a-da-boop. Or I was let go, I was fired, so bop-a-da-boop-a-da-bop-a-da-boop. Whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't matter. Whenever we're speaking about these circumstances, we need to be careful about it, because we are spelling over our lives. Whenever I write, like, I'm so happy and grateful that happened, it happens. Like the other day, I was like, I'm so grateful and happy that I'm well respected and loved and bop-a-da-boop. The next day, Enchantress, part of my subscription, she was like, hey, pick a card out of the 9 cards, pick the one. And she sent it back, and it was like, you are well respected and loved and bop-a-da. It was all the things I had wrote the night before about that. And then I come into onto YouTube to respond to the comments that I missed over the last couple of weeks. And there were so many people saying the things that I had been saying, like people are coming back, people that I haven't seen in a long time, they're commenting again, and they're like, oh, literally, I just thought of you. Like, it's not like the algorithm was favoring me. They thought of me and they sought me out. It had nothing to do with like them getting a notification. They thought of me and they came and they were like, oh, I'm so glad you're feeling better, and they signed up for the Monet Key. Or they're like, oh, I'm so happy you're back, ba-boop-a-da-boop, and inside of the comments. And I had said that like the day before, and then I get all this confirmation of it the next day. I was like, I feel like people are coming back out of the woodworks, like, I don't know what's going on. And then I get the confirmation that these people are just randomly thinking of me. They're not getting a notification for the video. So we don't even need a following, or like, you know what I mean? Like the right people show up at the right time because of the energy you're emitting. And sometimes if we're in a low spot, or we're in a victim mentality, or we're in a place of not feeling our best, people disappear because we're just not a vibrational match for them. But then when we come back into that place, those miracles occur and things come back into our world that are there to help us, that support us, that are going to guide us. And then this guy here is a B, and it says fruition, balance, abundance, cycles and rhythms, harmony. So these cycles and rhythms that we've been living within, we're coming into harmony. Everything has its season, everything has its time. Like when winter hits, it's normal for us to kind of pull back. It's normal for us to need to rest more. When summer hits, it's normal for us to be like, yay, and doing more. But it depends on you. Like if you're born in the summer months, you may enjoy the summer months more than somebody born in the winter months, which I've noticed that theme among people. It doesn't matter. You can like whatever season you like, but your season, your rhythm, your cycles are up to you. But you don't have to let them, you can learn from the last one. You know, like, all right, I don't want to do what I did last time and fuck it up, or I don't want to do ba-ba-ba-da-boop, or I don't enjoy this, so why would I continue to do that? So make the decisions that are going to be for your best, life. And this says, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe that you are worthy? Do you believe that you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows, and you are worthy of it. And it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Today's soul action says take a deep dive into your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs that you need to upgrade to create the results that you're wanting most in your life? Write out your money story. It is time for a sacred shift. What will your next chapter be? And then fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because boop boop boop. I'm grateful to money because it provides me the food that I eat. I'm grateful to money because it helps me to live in a nice home. I'm grateful to money because it helps me to take care of my pets. I'm grateful to money because it helps me to get items that I really like. I'm grateful to money because it helps me feel secure and strong. I'm grateful to money because it gives me a vehicle to drive myself to the places I want to go. I'm grateful for money because whatever. But do these things because you'll focus on that rather than, oh man, this bill's due, and oh no, it's always just going out, and it's never coming in, and like, those words that we speak create the life that we see. And then, am I ready to let go of this buried shame? The feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. Don't go in that dark part of the blanket, guys. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Heal the shame by giving it a name, bring it to the light, and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth, and then fill in the blank. My soul's truth is blank. So if you feel shame because you let yourself XYZ, or you feel shame because maybe you betrayed somebody, or you betrayed yourself, or you feel shame because you lost something that like you worked really hard to get, or you feel shame because you do something that you don't want other people to know that you do, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but you want to let it be seen and heard and known that like, I'm not going to be ashamed of this. This is part of me. This is part of my story. And once I bring the awareness to it and get out of the shame, I will stop living in the vibration of shame, and I can let it go. Like, I don't need to be ashamed. We all make mistakes. We all fuck up. We all do stupid shit. But my soul's truth is, I can change. I can heal. I can make it right. I don't have to feel guilty or shameful about the things when I start doing, like, that's what I mean too. Like when people are like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry means nothing. Changed behavior is what the sorry really should be. Like, I don't want to hear you're sorry if you're going to do what you just did again. I don't want to hear you're sorry if you just find another way to be shitty. That's going to bring to another apology. And we should hold ourselves to that own accountability within ourselves. Like, stop making ourselves live in this place, because we repeat these things too. It's like, I'm doing this thing, then I know when I do it how I'm going to feel afterwards, but I do it anyways, is on me. You know what I mean? So then what? Then I sit around feeling depressed and sad and shameful about it? Or do I just own it and say, okay, we did it, we made a mistake, now let it go. And my soul's truth is I can let it go at any time. I can rise out of it, and I can make mistakes and still be worthy of love. I can make mistakes and still change. I could be a way of being for a long ass time and all of a sudden just shift and not do that anymore. And like an example of my own life was like being a heroin addict. That was a pretty big one, to be like, let's not do that anymore. And I did it when my mother was like, here, this is just like smoking weed, and gave me crack. And then for like 3 months, she was like a crazy person about it. I finally just took it all and threw it out one night, and I was like, we're not doing that, and then never did it again. It was in 1 second. But I had lived in the shame of doing it with her. I had lived in the shame of ever even having that as my history. And I lived in the shame of thinking like when I got with the guy that I lived with that had catalysted my getting sober, because he wouldn't have been with me if I was still a heroin addict. So I was like, well, I'll go get sober. He kept telling me like, you're going to end up back on drugs when you leave me. And I allowed myself to believe that, even though it wasn't true. You know what I mean? But I stayed there for a long time. But at least I made the shift from no longer being a heroin addict to no longer being codependent and thinking I needed him to not be a heroin addict, to now living on my own, being single, not being a heroin addict, doing it all. And I still find things every day that need to be shifted, that need to be replaced, that we can not, we don't have to live it. We should be proud when we do that. And you will be proud when you do it, and you let go of those shameful things. Like, we don't need to hide these parts of ourselves. And if anybody makes you feel badly because it's a part of your story, then they're just not a part of your life. They're not the right people to have in your life. And this one is the Wolfie Wolf. And it says protection, passion, male potency, defense, and conflict. So if you've had any conflicts, if you've had any bullshit, just call on the spirit of protection. Call on the wolf. Call on the inner wolf. Be that inner wolf that's like, I'm not going to let my ancestral bullshit fuck me up. I'm not going to own the story of my ancestors. I'm not going to own the story of my past. I'm not going to own the story of my anxieties and fears of what could possibly go wrong, because then I'll create them. I'm going to own the story that I'm strong, and any conflict that rises up, I will overcome. Anybody that gets in my way, I'm gonna move around them. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna go over or under or any way I need to do it. But I'm not gonna let anybody else take my power away. And then you get the horsey spirit with teamwork, trust, harmony, marriage, loyalty. So when you come into harmony in that teamwork with yourself, and that balance with yourself, and that like you don't conflict within yourself, you don't feel worthy, like I'm not worthy of this, of over anything at all, big or small. You don't feel like any shame around who you are, where you've been, or what has happened in your life, or what you have at this moment. When you let those things go, somebody's going to show up to be in a harmonious, connection with you, that's going to keep growing and expanding. And they're going to be in the right vibration, because you're going to be in the right vibration for more and more and more to come. And then the crow says communication, insight, order, divine inspiration, and true vision. So I feel like you're getting your divine eyes. You're opening up to new levels, new perspective, time of transformation for you. There's a breakthrough, enlightenment, balance point, transformation, awakening. And I really do feel like this is tying to everybody. We are going into that North Node, South Node shit, and that's big shit. That determines your purpose, your mission, who you were in a past life, who you are in this life. What are you supposed to be doing? Look into your North Node and South Node if you haven't already, because just because you're a Taurus or a Capricorn or whatever, doesn't matter. My North Node's Gemini. That's why I'm out here doing this. That's why I'm supposed to be out here doing this on social media, communicating, doing the shit that's like not the most comfortable. And Sagittarius is the other one, which is who I was in my past life, where I did hermit away. And I still do that. I still have that tendency to like close down and shut off and not talk to anybody, not say anything to anybody. But we don't have to, we can embody the imbalance of these things, but also utilize the shifting that's occurring collectively, because I believe we're going into Pisces. I can't remember. There's like, I know we're going into something with Pisces that's going to make us more intuitive. It's going to make us more empathic. But I know that the North Node and the South Node is also shifting. And there, I know Cancer has some energy happening. We also have a new moon and a full moon coming up. And it's like, these energies are always there. So pay attention. And again, here, This is the same, the bat one. Stillness, self-control, focus, stability, stasis. So when you feel out of control or you feel like you don't know, go within, calm down, close your eyes, and ask yourself, hello. All right, so let me see. I think Jenny is, you were just open to receive, right? Hello, Monica. I need one of those s'mores. My dad ate the last two marshmallows, and I was like, no. They don't taste the same in a microwave, by the way. You want to ask about new love? Okay. I'll get to you right after. Yes, ma'am. Okay. That bat card again. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's that bat. Rebirth time. Uh-oh. I messed up. Oh, but you got the cat here. Claim your independence. Claim your independence. Embrace the in-between. And set healthy boundaries. So I feel like magic works through you. And now is a lucky time. And like, you've been seeing bunnies. Laura has been seeing bunnies. The magic is working there with you and through you and all around you. But try to set healthy boundaries with your own thoughts about yourself and about like what you feel like you're responsible for in this world and what you feel like you are guilty for in this world. Like all the same things that came through for everybody else basically. But claim your independence in a way of like not feeling like it's bad or feeling like it's a negative thing or feeling alone, because I know like sometimes we can feel that way. We feel alone all the time. It's like, I'm so independent. What do you mean? But I feel like claim it in a way where you don't feel that way about it. Where it's like, it's a good thing. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need nobody. I'm not leeching off of anybody. I'm not sucking on everybody else's energy. I'm doing what I need to do for me to be the best that I can be. And if anybody doesn't like that, fuck you. Like, you don't need to be here. I'm independent. I don't need you. If I like you and I want you, great. But I don't need anybody, and I don't need to feel guilty about that. I don't need to look at it as a bad thing. I need to realize that, like, I'm who I am because of the circumstances in my life. And if other people see that and perceive that in a way that doesn't, always, and I feel like sometimes we're sensitive to things because we're sensitive to things, like the guy at work, what he was saying, I feel like that is because you're this way. I don't think and he's not saying it to be hurtful or harmful, but it triggers something in you because there's something in you telling you that like there's something wrong with it, or that it's not what you should be. And it's like there's no should be's. Nobody out here has the handbook on how to be a woman or how to be a man or how to be a human or how to be the best one. The best way to be is to just be the fullness of who you are, own all of it, and then allow the people to come that celebrate it, that love it, that understand it, that accept it. And there's gonna always be people who don't get it. There's always gonna be people who don't celebrate it. There's always gonna be people who have a problem with you no matter where you are on the spectrum of shit. Whether you're down and out and feeling like a shit show, they'll look down on you for being there, or whether you're high and feeling great and doing the best that you could possibly do, riding on that woo-hoo-hoo, they'll be like, it doesn't fucking matter. So just claim that you are enough. You are beautiful, you're powerful, you're independent, and it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with it, And just in the senses of the ways that it's been coming up with, like, oh, the receptive feminine or ba-ba-doo-boo, it's like, I could be both. But I need someone here that's going to be offering me something to be receptive to. If you've got nothing to offer me, if you're just a soft, like, then no, I guess somebody needs to stand up and be strong and show up and provide something, because nobody else is doing it. So I'm going to do it. And when somebody else shows up and shows me that they're capable of it, then I'll be soft and receptive and receiving of that. But unless you show me this, then I can't do anything but show up for myself in the best way I know how. And that's what you're doing. So claim that about yourself and be open to the infinite possibility and embrace the in-between, okay? Like, again, I feel like you're right in between right now because you just left the old situation. Yeah, time for a beginner's mind. Don't look at like this time in your life as like I should be an expert at all of this. Like you just started. You just started doing this new path that you're on. Granted, you learned some of it earlier, but you didn't graduate earlier. You waited until now because you were doing something else. So you're starting at the beginning in all of these ways. And you're doing awesome at it. You're doing better than most people would fucking do because a lot of people would go through all the training and all the bullshit and never finish it. Or go through all the training, finish it, and never put themselves out there to get clients or to do the work that they're being called to do or that they said that they wanted to do or that they signed up and paid to learn. There's a, like, the course thing that I just bought, the girl said right on it, there's only like 16% of people, something like no, 6% of people, okay? You know what's his name there? The fucking Tony Robbins dude, the one that's like, oh, blah, 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 I'm gonna change your life and I'm doing these big seminars and like, you know, he's a billionaire and he's like, he changes everybody's life so quickly just by like giving them like one word away. Oh, like, right? I know you know who I'm talking about, okay? Only 6% of the people who sign up to his shit, which is big ass shit, it's expensive shit. It's not like a little tiny thing. It's like a $10,000 investment just to see the guy. Only 6% of his people finish the course. And the woman that I saw earlier, it was something like only 17 or only 16%. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of people who finish the course. There's not a lot of people who even start the course. There's not a lot of people who finish the course and then apply what they learn in the course. And even if they do, they give up quickly. They never get to any success because they let the outside shit bug them. They let the other stuff get to them. They fall back into the comfort zone of, oh, I'm just going to go to the 9-to-5 thing that I'm used to, that I know how to do, that I feel good at, that I feel like I'm an expert at. And it's like sometimes you've got to take the beginner's mind and know that like you're not expected to come out here and know exactly everything. Nobody is. Nobody does. And everybody starts at that same point in everything that we do. The only way we get better at it is by doing it. And so Fox Spirit says, think on your feet, be adaptable, and bring a gentle touch to yourself. You know, like be gentle with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so like, I should. Just know that you can and you will when it's the right time. And like give yourself permission to be like, I am working other job. I am doing this other shit. I am taking care of some big ass shit right now that's weighing on me. That's okay. But don't let it become anger. Don't get mad at yourself because those things are going on and they're helpful. Those are all helping you to get to the next level. Just know that. Just be like, I'm getting to the next level. All these good things are working out in my favor. It could be way worse. You just saw things shift so quickly. So just know that things can shift so quickly and keep focused on that. And then be generous of your spirit, you know, and be at home within your spirit. Be generous and at home with yourself. You don't have to give it away to everybody else. When your life is, you know, got stuff going on, be generous of your spirit with yourself. Give to yourself what you need, that only you know what you need. Be peace, be loving, be kind, be accepting, and know that the miracles happen all the time. You just saw miracles happen. So take the lead in feeling and knowing and trusting that there is always enough, that you are exactly where you are meant to be, and let spirit guide you, and nothing is wasted. This isn't wasted time. This isn't a wasted lesson. Nothing is wasted. It's all for a reason. It makes you who you are. It makes you stronger. It makes you more capable. It makes you more powerful. It makes you have a fucking story to tell. It makes you interesting. It makes you wise. It makes you beautiful. It makes you stronger than most people. And it makes you successful. And it makes you all of the things that we feel like we're not. But all of a sudden one day we look and we're like, oh my God, I turned that knowledge into wisdom. I found my wolf spirit. I protected myself. I fought for myself. I laid my foundation and I trusted in the universe, and the universe provided to me because I was at home in myself, and I was loving myself. I was decluttering. I was being fearless and bold. I was doing what I needed to do and thinking on my feet and co-creating with spirit, and everything was working out. And sometimes life stings. Sometimes life sucks. And I think we all know. You know that I know that you know. Sometimes there's wasps in our lives that suck. But spirit has a motherfucking plan. So just trust that you're making your dreams come true right now. What web are you weaving for yourself? What words are you speaking? What energy are you emitting? Because that's what you're going to see. that's what you're going to feel. What passion am I ready to purpose? What passion am I ready to purpose? Your passions will continually lead you to your purpose. What passions have you put to the side, given up on, or buried? What passion is ready to come alive in you? Today's soul action says write a list of the passions to which you want to give life right now. Then journal how can you incorporate more of what you are passionate about into your daily life. Trust your soul's whispering and let your passions draw you towards your dream life. I tell people to do this too. What do you really like to do and what are you really good at doing? And then take those two things together and do them. Because life gets better when you do. And it's like you're doing what you fucking love to do. You like it, you love it, you want more of it. And you can be changing. You don't have to stick to it forever. Like if this week I'm focusing on weight loss and I'm manifesting it and like I know all this stuff about that stuff, then this week that could be my focus. Or if this week I'm focused on procrastination and that will be my focus. But I can adapt and I can do both and I can do whatever I want and flow like the wind and trust and know that the universe always brings us the right people. Like when I go live on these things, all the people that come, they're the same people that need the messages. Not the same people, but the people who need to be there at that time show up to get the messages that they need to get. And when you trust that and know that, you put yourself out there with that type of feeling aligned with your purpose and your passion. It doesn't have to be like stuff you don't want to do. It shouldn't be stuff you don't want to do. If you don't like what you're doing, then don't do it. Find another way to do it. There's so many ways to do so many things. Don't feel like there's only one way. And there's, even in the one way, there's multitudes of ways to do that one way. And then this says, what am I most afraid of losing? And as we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was, to make room for what will be. If you were to take the leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was possible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. And today's mantra says, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. So do that, like instead of thinking of all the things that could go wrong all day long about like stuff in our lives, write down like, all right, what is my big ass fear that I'm afraid of losing? Let me find the root cause of it. We get to the root cause of what the fuck is like causing all this. Well, what about this? And what about that? And then when you find it, be like, no, like I'm going to be certain of who I am. I move forward knowing I'm powerful beyond measure. Even if I lose that thing, even if the worst case scenario happens, I'm still free. I'm still me. I'm still lovable. I'm still worthy. I'm still right where I need to be. I can trust that and know that. And when I do that, everything works out in my favor. And then, to whom am I comparing myself to? What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you and it is ready to be brought out. Shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth that all that you need and want is within you. Stop comparing and start creating. And then for these guys, you got the bat too, and the bat was stillness, self-control, focus, stability, stasis. So you, like everybody else, are building a foundation. You're weaving your web. You're putting your stuff into place. You also got the owl here, and the owl is enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, learning. So again, you're at the beginner's mind. You're learning a whole new world. You're learning a whole new situation. You are creating the web of your life. You're creating the new relationship with things. And then you get the stag here, which is like a Y with an extra thingy. And it says defense, courage, protection, independence, and higher self. So again, they want you to feel safe in yourself and on your own and who you are. I feel like that's why, in this life, you've had to feel alone a lot of times, but you're not alone. You're always surrounded by spirit. You're always surrounded by people. And when you allow people to love you and you allow people to support you and you allow people to encourage you and even tough love you or whatever, you're never alone. It's like you're supported, but you can still be independent on your own and be loved and supported in all that way. It starts with self, and then it comes from others. So the fact that like people show up in your life to love you, people show up in your life to support you, people show up in your life to encourage you, shows that you've been doing that for yourself, or they wouldn't fucking be there to do that. So own that about yourself, that these things would not happen if I was still in a place of not doing that for myself. Keep encouraging yourself though to keep seeing that, because when we stop seeing that, then we stop doing it, and we start becoming like mad or upset or angry or just whatever. We get triggered, and there's nothing really there to be triggered by, or there's nothing really there to feel inadequate of, or to feel like I'm not doing enough or whatever. It's like you're doing more than enough. You're doing everything you need to do. You always are. You can't not be. You're human, living your human experience. Everything that's happening was meant to happen, but you're also the creator of that. And when you realize that power, how powerful that is, life gets so much easier. And the last one is the snake. And I don't know what the hell that looks like. It kind of looks like one of those parenthesis things. Good omen, fate, unknown, initiation, occult. So there's like a good omen over your life right now. Fated things are happening. Those things are shifting. Everything is working out for you. And again, with the crow is the hell was the crow? Where the hell could I find a crow? Communicate. All right, so communication, insight, order, divine inspiration, true vision. I feel like this is an omen of communication coming, some divine insight. It could either be spirit communicating to you, could be divine masculine communicating to you, could be your own inner divine feminine communicating to you. Something is communicating with you at this time, and it's an omen of the things that, like, your destiny is here. You have a destiny. You have something that you are creating. And here's that little hermit crab. So I know that the hermit crab is like similar to like the other things, like the snail with the thing on its back, the turtle with the thing on its back. This says home, inheritance, group prosperity, heritage, ancestors. So things are gonna be fine. That was the good omen of letting you know you're home, you're safe in your home. You are good in your home. You're creating that thing. Sweet results await, but be gentle. Be gentle in what you're thinking and speaking right now. Know that there's more than enough. You're embracing the in-between time. The abundant universe has already provided you. But when we think negatively, or we think what ifs, or if we can fuck with shit and make it harder or make it worse than it needs to be. So instead, know that you're safe. You've protected yourself. You've got everything you need, and more is coming. And it's time to let go of the fears and the doubts and the insecure thoughts of like, what is the worst case? Like, go to that. What is that worst case? If I didn't have that, what does that mean? There's still a net there. There's still a thing there. There's always something. Like at the end of the day, it's like the worst thing that could possibly happen to somebody is they get killed or murdered. But guess what? You still don't die. You still live on. We've been living in a world of fear. We've been living in a world of conditioning, of thinking, well, I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, and I gotta have this, and I gotta figure that out. And it's like we put so much fucking pressure on ourselves because we're so afraid of like what other people are thinking, or not having something, or whatever. But it's like we did just fine back in the day of cavemen. And even when we die, we do just fine. We're not. It's like there's nothing to fear when you at least release the fear of like death, or release the fear of like being homeless, or release the fear of whatever by being in it. Like a lot of times we go into those experiences, or like to the brink of it, or we have like those rock bottom moments. Like I just had my rock bottom moment. Now I'm bouncing out. Each one's different, but I've had them where I lost my home. I had them where I had nothing. There was 4 years that I had absolutely nothing, living in a basement with literal trash. Like they brought home trash, like a trash fucking thing from the junkyard. It was like, oh, here's the fridge that we got at the junkyard that someone threw out, and here's this. Like, it was disgusting. There was nothing nice there. I didn't have any of my stuff there. I had like one thing of clothes hanging, so I wore the same clothes all the time. Like, we were supposed to go there for a week. But that was my rock bottom at that time that I needed to become humble. Because before that, I was living and driving a Hummer and doing all these other things and feeling awesome sauce. And it was stupid. It was ego. but sometimes we need to be humbled. Sometimes we need to lose everything to gain perspective or to bounce back up. And each time we do, we rise further. So look at this as a time where you're going to let it shine. Sometimes life fucking stings, but it's because it's time to heal, and it's time for you to be here now and be present in this moment and not think about the what ifs of the future and not think about the oh my gods of the past. Just be happy and present. 1010. Thank you for your words. They are aligned with my thoughts at this week. Thank you, Paloma. I'm happy that they helped. So yes, Songs of Starlight, I did do yours, but you can watch it in the playback. I can see non-member messages, but they show as a different color. Yay, Melissa, I'm glad that this resonated for you too. Ha ha ha, are you doing that for next month's challenge? Yes, I just released all of that. Yay! Oh, an extra thingy, laughing my ass off. Stillness is such a big theme right now. Yes, just being still, going within. Like I've taken, I went to bed so early last night, and then I like slept, and then I slept again, and like the day before I slept again, and like I know a lot of people are like, are you okay? Because they're afraid that I'm gonna like go crash again. But it's like, no, I'm taking care of it. I'm eating and sleeping. I'm doing everything I need to do. I wasn't doing that before. I was like, and just stupid, and you know, ran myself into the ground in many different ways and in many different experiences. But right now is a good time to be like, let's relax. Let's. It's okay to take a nap, dude. You've been busting your ass. People can wait, and if they can't wait, then they're not your people. If they're like, no, you gotta burn into the ground, then it's be like, fuck you. I don't. Goodbye. I don't want to help you because you're not helping me help you. Yeah, you can do like a little donation one, Melissa. What shifts? I feel like, oh, it was Monica. Monica is signed up. I want to ask about new love. Okay, so I'm gonna do Monica, and then yeah, you could do like it's I don't even know. It's like $5 for the membership. So. Is it? I don't even know what it is. Is it $2.99? It's only like $2.99. So whatever the membership cost is, you could just donate that, and then let me do the love one for Monica. Monica, thank you. Monica. New love for Monica. Oh, we got B-piece with the dove. And this is like the 7 sisters, the seven doves. This is the Pleiadian energy. So I feel like in order for new love, for you to like come into your life, you need to be a little peaceful and playful. And I know lately there's been a lot of not that, okay? There's been a lot of like people around you that are like volatile, which I was mentioning at the beginning of this. Like people are volatile right now. People are triggered. People are being rude. People are being mean. People are in bad moods. And I started thinking yesterday about empaths, and like when other people are in bad moods, we take it on like we did it, like it's our fault and that we should fix it. But that's not the truth. The truth is, whatever the fuck is going on with other people, it's not up to us to fix, and it's not up to us to take it personally. But we usually do because we can feel it. We can feel that they're in the bad mood, and then like when we try to help them and they're in a bad mood, a lot of times they just get worse mood because they're in a bad mood and they're like, they want to be in it at that moment. It's the energy and frequency they're in. So you being like, let me help you, is like, yeah, I don't want you fucking help. I want to be here in a bad mood. Fuck you. And it's like, you're better off to just be peaceful and playful and not let it in. And when you can do that, I feel like you're going to start seeing better things. Yeah, now is a lucky time for new love. And sometimes life stings. But when life stings, you get to make it what you will. Like you could turn it into a joke instead of turning it into a fulfilling prophecy of it's gonna yell at me, it's gonna be bad, I'm gonna feel sad, it stresses me out, then I can't get anything done, and then I feel like shit, and then I get a headache. Like whatever you create is up to you to create. So every time like the boss yells, you could be like, let's turn this into a drinking game. Every time this motherfucker yells, let's have a drink. You know, just a joke. Just laugh it off. Have fun. Be peaceful. Or better yet, get yourself out of there. You know, and I know you're working on the steps to manifest things, and you already saw like things when we shift our perspective. Like yesterday, that guy was pissing you off, and it's like maybe you look at it in a different way, and then he ended up doing the thing, he fell through, and it was like it worked out. But if you if you feel that way in the moment of when things are coming at you, like, that's a good opportunity. Granted, he may not have known what he was doing. He may have been a little stupid about the questions, but, like, that's your job, man. It's your job to be in service to that man. And he needed your help, obviously, because he didn't even know how to do what he was doing. So, like, that's sad. I feel bad for the guy because he can't even get the help he needs. And then, now put yourself in his position. If you didn't know what to do, and you go to someone for help and they treated you like, I know you were nice to his face, but like, you thought that about him, right? That energy was there. You were like, he's so dumb. Like, and I've done it. Believe me, I've fucking done it because I'm like, this person's so stupid. But like, it's not a good vibe. It's not a good energy. We're not being grateful for this person that's thinking about purchasing something from us. We're not being, and like, when we're feeling that way, it reflects all around us. It reflects in our love relationships. It reflects in our family relationships. It reflects in the relationship to self. And it's not I'm not calling you a bad person. I'm not saying you're an asshole. I'm not trying to pick on you. I just know that, like, the surroundings that you've been in, you're starting to act the way that you feel attacked by. You're acting in the way of how these other people have been treating you that you don't like. When your boss yells at you for mistakes that he made, and then you're getting mad at this guy. Maybe you didn't yell at him, but you're still giving that energy because that's what you've been surrounded by. So you're being sucked into it. And you need to get out of there and rise out of it and have a good time and be peaceful and be polite and be good and, like, yeah, and patient and peaceful and calm. And trust the great mystery. Sing your own song. You don't need to emanate what these other people are doing. You're here to create change. You're here to inspire. You're here to uplift. You're here to heal. You're here to bring spiritual awareness to people. And unfortunately, there's probably a reason why you've been at that job with all the muggles who are assholes, who are rude to you, who yell at you, who take things out on you. But the more that you talk about it without changing it, the worse it will get in your life, and then again will reflect out into the things around you, like the interactions that you start having with other people, because you carry that resentment, you carry that anger, you carry that, like, frustration, you carry that guilt and that shame and that bullshit that's being dropped on you all fucking day by those people. And then you start to, like, spread that. Now, that's why this world is so fucked up, because people do this to people all the time, and they're not even aware of it, but it just starts happening. We surround ourselves with people, we become those people. So when you go to work with a bunch of assholes, don't be surprised when you start becoming a little pissed off and asshole-ish. I'm not calling you an asshole, but hopefully you understand what I mean by this is, like, we are the sum of who we surround ourselves with. So if I'm not liking who you are and who you are and who you are, but I continue to stay here within it, that's me, like, allowing my vibration to match that up and to stay within that and to not break out of it and then to become a victim of it because I'm in my comfort zone and I'm making the money and it's like, you could be doing so much better if you were in conditions where people were treating you nice, if you were in conditions where people were respectful to you, and then it would be so much more easier for you to be respectful and nice and peaceful to other people. And again, this goes across the board for everybody, every human, for every relationship, whether it's romantic or not. It starts with ourselves. And if we're not loving ourselves and protecting ourselves and encouraging ourselves and saying no and changing the things and the circumstances of these situations that are happening in our day-to-day life, then we can't expect, like, beautiful things to show up on our door when we're not calling for them into our door, when we're not expecting them at our door, because we keep showing up to these doors that are full of bullshit. So be loyal to what you love. I know you're not loving that, and it's time to heal. It's time to change. It's time to shed the past. It's time to shed the skin. It's time to let those things go so that new love can come. But you've got to believe in yourself. And I know, like, you have things there with, like, your parents, and you have things there with, like, society, and, like, the conditioning of your society is different than the conditioning of our society, but you don't have to live within it. No matter where you are on the planet, no matter what the culture is, no matter what the upbringing is, no matter who you are, where you are, you can decide at any time to change and heal and overcome all of the things that are keeping you from living your dreams. What web are you weaving? What energy are you creating? Give gratitude with grace. Be grateful for the times that you're learning these things too. Be grateful for right now where it's like, I'm going through this test because it's going to make me stronger. You're going to get a thicker skin by hanging out with those people. But you don't want to become those people. That's the in-between there where it's like, you got to be careful. Because it's very easy to have that happen. If you're being yelled at all day and feeling like I'm less than and I'm no good and I fucked up and I'm so stupid, and people keep doing that, then you start doing that to others. You don't even catch on to it because it's just what you know, it's what you see, it's what you do, it's what you feel, and it's like it just becomes part of our existence. Because I've seen you be so nice and happy and pleasant and beautiful and kind and sweet to people when you're with those people. But then you come in from the other job and you're like, and it's like, whoa, who the hell's that? It really is impactful because you're a sensitive being. You're an empath. It's going to seep in on deeper levels and it's not yours. So be mindful to be like, let me put my vortex up. Let me say Shambhala on. Let me do whatever I need to do to not take on you, and you. And if that means I got to get the fuck out of here to be happy, then let me do that sooner than later, because me staying here is not being loyal to what I love. Me staying in this vibe is not helpful. It doesn't matter if it's paying money. There's tons of other jobs. There's tons of other people who will hire you that aren't going to be mean to you. And then when you're feeling that way, the magic will work through you because you're going to feel loved and supported. You're going to feel like good and abundant. That's when love is going to be like, yeah, bitch, here's some more love. Yeah, let spirit be your guide. Guide yourself out of this situation. And then watch and wait. When you watch your words, when you speak these new things, when you be mindful of what's like you're letting in, and you're Palo Santoing, and you're saging, and you're spraying, and you're clearing, and you're not, because we become unconscious to all this shit. We just go and we show up, and we get into the, all right, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5 bullshit, and we repeat, and we repeat, and we repeat, and then we just become part of the system. We become part of whatever it is that we're not consciously aware of is becoming a part of us. So if you're not happy there, surrender now and dream the world into being. Dream the new world into being. Be loyal to what you love. It's time to collaborate with the right people in your life, and know that when you do, and you watch the words that you speak, and you learn from the past, because like, I feel like, again, this job has almost been a reflection of the last relationship, right? That guy was always yelling at you, always making you feel bad, always making you feel less than, always making you feel stupid and dumb and not good, and blah, 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 blah. Narcissist abuse. You went through that for so fucking long. So now when you go to this job where there's more abuse, it's natural, it's normal. I'm used to this. I'm comfortable here where I should not be comfortable because I've been through it so long. And I've had it happen so many times. You don't want to attract a new love in with that circumstance around you, because they're just going to do the same thing. So become aware of it, shift it away from you, because whatever you are within, whatever frequency you're emitting, when it's shame and guilt and fear and anxiety, new love will come in to give you that lesson again and again. They're going to show up and they're going to be an asshat. And they're going to yell at you. Maybe they'll be nice at like, the beginning or whatever. But if they're, coming in on that energy, I would be careful of what we wish for in this time period with all these things going on around you. So this and that are true. It's true that you can manifest a new love that's going to be the love of your life, that's amazing and beautiful and happy and harmonious and peaceful and all those things. But it's also true that you don't do that based on where you're at. If you want all of those things, you've got to become all of those things. And if the conditions around you don't feel matched up to those things, then you've got to make the conditions around you matched up to those things so you can become those things, so you can attract those things. And that's just how it is in every way. Life is a mystery, but it's really not that difficult to understand once you start doing it. And you've done it. When you write the affirmations, when you do the gratitude statements, when you ask Spirit for help, you've done it. You've manifested, you've done it so many times. So don't feel like you can't do it. Lay a better foundation underneath you. Bring your gentle touch and embrace the in-between right now of learning. Like, when I collaborate with other people, I want the right people. I don't want more assholes. I don't want more people that make me feel badly. I don't want more people that don't care about me. I don't want more people who just like treat me like whatever, like just another fucking piece of crap. I don't want to do that. I want to be respected. I want to be loved. I want to be good. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to be wealthy. I want to be feeling good and fulfilled. I want to feel all of those things. But I can't I can't get that from anybody out there until I give it to myself. So watch and wait, start giving it to yourself, take a leap of faith, and act as if you've already got it, lay the foundation as if it's here, And then tend to the small things in your life right now. Tend to the little things. It's time for beginner mind. Look at like, how can I, make a difference right now? And it can be big or small. And when was the last time you danced freely? Like, have fun, man. This is a recurring message for everybody, because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a change of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground in the now, and it triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. Dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song, and notice the inward fire grow within, and the feeling of you being you. You are a wild, loving force, and express it with a dance today. And then make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. It doesn't have to be huge. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? So, like, some of the stuff that you've been through, some of these lessons that you've learned, you can turn that into help for other people. And it doesn't have to be like your job. You don't need to get paid for it. But you can bring awareness to things that's going to remind you of the things that you've learned along the way, that's going to help you shift your focus out of the things that you've, maybe sometimes slip back into, or the focus of things that you know aren't really serving you. And when you start doing that in service for other people, the universe will bless you back and bring things up into your life that make you feel better. And take the time to dance. Take the time to move your body. I really feel like your body wants to move, and your body wants to have fun. And it's like, yeah, it's all good, man. And then, what if it isn't true? So the thing that you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, or you can't do it, or you won't get there, or you're not enough, or it's not for you, what if it wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? And then journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Whatever lie it is, and you'll feel it, you'll know that it's a lie. You may not understand right away, or there may be many of them, but there'll be an underlying lie that you've somewhere along the way chose to believe or lie to yourself about in order to justify what's going on around you. So am I ready to let go of this buried shame? I feel like this is why people around you have made you feel like, oh, I'm not doing a good job. I'm not, it's like there's shame in there that's creating these realities, that's creating these things. So again, we don't want to have a new love show up that's going to do that. So let's work on releasing that, and then let the new love come in that's not going to bring any of this. That's not going to bring any shame or guilt or fear or insecurities or resentments or upset or whatever. Focus on loving yourself and letting go of the lies that you've been living within of like, I'm not worthy, I'm not smart, but I'm not this, but you have that, but boop, 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 but up, doesn't matter. We all have the same capabilities. We're all powerful. Heal the shame by giving it a name, and bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame within your soul's truth and fill in the blank. My soul's truth is, and give yourself a good one. Don't be like silly about it. Don't be sarcastic about it. Don't be like, because your subconscious doesn't know the fucking difference. Your natural instinct is like, my soul's truth is I'm an asshole. Don't be surprised when you start feeling that way and acting that way. You've got to be like, I'm lovable, I am loving, I am worthy, I am kind, I am smart, I am healed, I'm in love, I'm happy. I am all of these things, and like script it into reality, speak it into reality, affirm it into reality, and be the person that you've been wanting from the external, be it from within, so that they can show up. Because otherwise you're not, am I focused on what I want most? You may think you want a boyfriend, but I guarantee you're not going to be happy with him until you're happy within yourself. So what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments and prioritize? Like, I know you look at this world and you see the things wrong with it. I know you look at people and you're like, why are they so bad and why are they so mean? But lately, the things that are happening around you are bringing you down, and you're not seeing that as much. You're not saying that as much. You're not feeling good as much. And I've seen you fluctuate with it. So Try to prioritize that and adjust that and say, I'm not going to let these other people take me down. And I'm not going to invite anybody else in that's going to repeat this cycle. It's up to me to put an end to the cycle of these people in my life that make me feel shame or guilt or regret or fear or insecure or whatever. One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus, we never concentrate our power, and most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. So what can you master? What can you do for yourself? How can you feel better? And you got the motherfucking bat again too. So again, stillness, self-control, focus, stability. For the next couple of days, I think everybody should really take some time to go within and be still and reflect on what's truly important to them. Am I truly being the best version of myself that I can possibly be? Am I showing up for myself? Am I in love with myself? Am I doing everything that I know I can do to make my life a reflection of who I would like to be and how I would like to be? And if the answer is no, then let me get on that and shift my direction with these new north and south node things happening, with these new shifts that are always occurring. And it could be any day of the week that we shed our skin of the past and decide. It doesn't have to be with the north node. It could be next month. It could be next year. It could be 20 years from now. You will decide when you're ready to do it. And there's nobody getting there. There's no first place. There's no trophies there. It's a self-fulfilling thing. You'll be happy when you do it, and when you get there, you won't need the recognition of others. You won't need a medal or a person or a thing or a pat on the back, because you will have learned what you needed to learn to overcome what you needed to overcome to be the best you. And then we have the good omen, fate, unknown, initiation. So again, I feel like things are fated for you to come into your life at the perfect time. Just trust that it's going to come when it's meant to come, and that you're becoming the best you, so that success, sensuality, wholeness, life force, victory can be yours. And it doesn't have to take a long time. It's just bringing the awareness to it, making the decision of it, letting go of the shit we know is blocking it, and then here we are. We're in the new timeline. We're in that new place. It's just a conscious decision. You could be there tomorrow, embracing this new reality, embracing this new outcome, but you have to decide to do it and not make up excuses as why you can't or won't or whatever. And this says humanity, intelligence, awareness, society, learning. You're learning everywhere you go, and everything you do, and every person you meet, and every bad day or good day, you're learning with awareness, you're overcoming, you're healing, and you will continue to get better every day when you trust. They're saying watch and wait, but it is time to let go of the old outdated things so that the better things can come, and know that right now is a very lucky time. Be here now and act as if. All right. Thank you. Okay, I would like to know what the nodal shifts will bring into my life and how to utilize this energy to the fullest. I've been on a creative kick lately. Okay. You're welcome, Songs of Starlight. I don't know if you can rewind while I'm live. I'm not sure, but I did do it for you. So this is Melissa's. Shifts bring into my life and how to utilize this energy to the fullest. All right, so woohoo! You got the koi fish, which is there is always a motherfucker enough. There is always enough. So you've got everything you need right now. You've got the creative energy, you've got the wisdom, you've got the awareness, you've got the tools, you've got the hands, you've got the feet, you've got the legs, you've got the eyes, you've got the mouth, you've got the words, you've got the thoughts. You've got everything that you need, and there's more than enough, and you've been creative, but they want you to watch your words, okay? So, what you just said to me are very good words. I'm very creative. How can I make the best of this? Continue on that vibe of I am creating. I am inspired. I am making what I need to do. Everything is working out for me. The right people are drawn to me. The right work is falling into place. Everywhere I go, I see the signs that I'm on the right path. Everybody I meet has something that I needed from them, whether it was just their essence, or it was some inspiration, or whether it was that I needed to give them a kind word, or that I had something that they wanted to learn from me, or whatever. It's all of these things are working out in my favor. Everywhere I go, everyone I meet, everything I do is a beautiful, creative exploration, and I'm rising into these better places. So I'm peaceful, and then give with gratitude and grace. So I feel like if you're creative right now, you're feeling creative, you're feeling inspired, give in that energy without any expectation on it. Like if I give this, right, if I put this out there, I'm not putting any expectations on it other than I want to share this creative energy with other people. I'm inspired and I really like this energy and I want to create something from it to be memorialized within this frequency, and I'm going to share it with other people without the expectation of, oh, hopefully they will like it, or hopefully they will buy it, or hopefully they will like follow me. You know, release the expectations. Have the focus of like, I know what I want, right? Maybe I want to build a following of a community. Maybe I want to like make my own work in this world. Maybe I want to be influential. Maybe I want to be creative and inspiring and I want other people to see that about me. But like I can't have the expectation of needing these things in order for me to achieve. You know what I mean? I need to just create without those things on it, because once I start creating with those expectations on it, then I become a perfectionist about it, then I become a psycho about it, then I limit myself because I'm expecting things from it, and then when I don't get those expectations, I feel badly about it, and it's no longer that high vibration or that beautiful frequency or that great creative thing that I created and I was feeling good about. Because now it's like, oh, nobody liked it, nobody commented on it, nobody, and it just shits on it. But a lot of times, we don't even give these things enough time for anybody to be drawn to it before we feel shit about it. Because we compare, or we contrast, or we don't feel, or we're insecure. It's like, sometimes you're better off to like make the things that you feel good about and that you're going to share out in the world, wherever you're going to share it, whether it's online or in person or whatever. Do it in a way where, like, especially online, you could just schedule those things so like you're asleep when it goes out. You don't even know about it, you're not even seeing it, you're not waiting for any likes, you're not waiting for any responses. You'll wake up, you know, and go about your day and then check on it and see what it's done without the expectations on it needing to do something. But we need to detach from the outcome for things to flourish. We need to not be so worried about things for them to have a good outcome. So ride the creative wave that you're in right now, in that everybody's going to be shifting with, and know that good things are coming. But claim your independence too. Like feel strong in all of this. Yes, abundance. I have so many tools I've been using, like watercolor pencils and stuff. I had them in storage, but now they are being used. Awesome sauce. So true. I've been struggling with comparison and have to release expectations. I have been scheduling posts. Awesome sauce. Yeah, so true. I've been struggling with. Yeah, a lot of us do. That's a recurring theme right now. Like, it's normal. It's natural. But, like, use your mind wisely. Don't compare, you know, like, oh, but they did it better. No, they didn't. Maybe they just have been doing it longer. Maybe they've been doing it and they have some wisdom that they learned that you don't know yet. You know? And the only way you're going to learn is by collaborating and working with people. When we compare, we put out a vibe that's like, it repels other people. Because other people can feel it. They may not know what it is, but they're going to feel it. So if you instead are inspired and excited and loving and kind and peaceful about it, and you're not like, I need it, it will come. In this sense with love, in this sense with money, in this sense with all these things. And I know because I've been there, I've done the and it never comes when I'm holding on too tight. But as soon as I let go, it's like it just fucking flows. And it's like, why the fuck was I holding on so tight? Because I just blocked it all. It's like a hose. When you kink the hose, nothing flows through it. But when you unkink it, it's like it sprays everywhere. So unkink your hose, unkink yourself. There's nobody out here that has all the answers. And like even like with the followers and shit, like watch the video I posted earlier. It's like followers doesn't equal dollars. Followers doesn't equal anything other than there's followers and there's eyes and there's likes. That doesn't always mean that those people actually even like you. That doesn't even mean that those people are going to convert into anything. It doesn't even mean that they're going to see what you do. I have a 15,000 people on here. My video from the other day had 7 views on it because that's all that they got. I don't know. But like, am I gonna let it stop me? Am I gonna let it feel so bad? Am I gonna not create anymore? No. And I've never been like that about it from day one. And I've noticed that helps when you're not like yeah, look at other people that's really doing good and be inspired to be like, okay, that's a good idea. Let me make it my own. Let me like learn the concepts of like, oh, if I use yellow and green, those are more eye catching. So people are more likely to click on that video if I use yellow and green. But like, if I don't like yellow and green, then I'm not gonna use yellow and green. But I can take other concepts like using big block letters or just making sure I make a thumbnail or whatever it is. But if we don't know these things, instead of being, I don't know, learn. Go out and learn. Listen while you're creating. That's what I did. I listened to hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I just bought another course tonight to share with my subscribers that I'm going to do with them, because it's all about like manifesting wealth and abundance and like tripling our abundance in our businesses and things like that. And it's like, I know some people will not go through it on their own. I'm one of those people sometimes that I buy a course and never use it, or like I only get through halfway. It's just how we are. But if we want the benefit of the things that we're seeing other people be successful in, we've got to learn the ways of doing it, let go of the expectation, stop feeling inferior to others, and celebrate others. Because when we celebrate others, when we're in that gratitude energy, we get more to be grateful for. But when we don't feel that way, we lose everything. I feel like there's a motherfucking mosquito in here. Definitely a mosquito in here because I'm itching and it bit me. Where the fuck are you? I'm gonna turn this on. Alright. Yeah, know your worth. Know that you're worthy too. Nadina, thank you, love you. Okay. And then let me get, magic works through you and surrender now. Okay? So magic works through you, surrender now, know that everything is happening, tend to the small things, the little things that you can learn right out of the moment, and just know that it takes time. It takes time, but you have time. We all have time. We have plenty of motherfucking time. And then with the little, this dude, the owl, it's, where the fuck is he? Oh. It's that enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, and learning. So you are creative right now. You're enlightening yourself. You've got skills. You're gonna offspring. Your offspring is like your offering, right? Like you're offering new things to the world. You're learning new things. You're growing. You got the fucking snake thing too, with the weird parenthesis. It says good omen, fate, unknown, initiation, occult. So I feel like a lot of us feel like I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Oh my God, they know what they're doing. Newsflash, there's not too many people out here that know exactly what they're doing or where they're going, because you can't. You can never know, because life is unpredictable. The world is unpredictable. Everything could change in an instant. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it sucks, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it's great. But we determine that too. Like, we can look at things in a bad way. We can accept the conditioning of society of like, oh, this means that and that means that. Or we can forge ahead and be like, no, like, I'm not going to live in that reality where that means that or this means this. Like, who the fuck decided it? I'm going to choose the way that feels good for me. If I'm not happy in that way, or if I don't like the way that feels, I don't like what other people, have done before me, I'm going to forge. And the people who forge a new path, do things in their own innovative ways, are the people who are remembered. Like, all of the stuff that's happening in our world right now, at one point was not happening. It was just a world at one point. There was a world with dinosaurs at one point. There was a world with nothing on it at one point. So we're a blip in the bigness and the expansiveness of all that there is. Just make the most of your time by enjoying your time. They agreed with that. They're like, click, click. And there's the butterfly. Breakthrough, enlightenment, balance point, transformation, awakening. So you're awakening, you're healing, you're growing, you're evolving, you're overcoming all of the bullshit. You've got the freedom of the horse with the M for Melissa. And it says teamwork, trust, harmony, marriage, loyalty. So you may have somebody coming in the same sense of like what I was saying earlier with like Monica, like new love. Like, new love will come in when we're fully loving. New love can come in at any time. We can invite it in the door at any moment. But we want to be mindful of what we are in when we invite it in. Because if we're feeling less than or lack or whatever, don't be surprised when the other relationships that start showing up aren't harmonious. or they're not working out in the way that we would hope for them to work out, because whatever's going on internally shows up externally, and it just keeps doing that to show us where we need to focus, to shift that shit, to celebrate ourselves, to rise up to the best point we could possibly be, to feel good about who we are and what we do. And then you got the little EVs, and it says success, sensuality, wholeness, life force, victory. Like, I really feel all of us are headed towards our victory, towards our success, to our better days ahead. But we gotta feel that way, believe that, and let go of the old. And right now, it's that stasis time. It's the in-between time. We're embracing this in-between. Don't overexert yourself. Don't burn your brain out. Just have a good time. And if you're not having a good time, stop doing what you're doing and start doing what does feel good. Yes, there's no manual to life. I said that earlier. We have to roll with the punches, exactly. Like, there's no book. There's no book given out at life. It's like, hey, life's fucking crazy. Just keep showing up and do the best you can. And then this says, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? So it's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? And what new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? Where will this change? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. So find those root causes, those beliefs that are blocking you, that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you from being in that fullness of yourself that you know you want to be, but somewhere in there is like, I can't be. And there's a lot of them that we wouldn't even expect. So do meditation. Go within and look for it. Like the belief that I had as a little girl, like, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I went through my whole fucking life thinking I was a bad person based off of something that was out of my control. But because I was a kid, I believed it. But it was a subconscious thing down deep in there. I didn't know it. I didn't know it was fucking me up. But as soon as I got rid of it, things stopped fucking up in that area. And it was like, oh, look at that. Doing much better. And it's, sometimes it takes work to find it. But there's guided meditations out there. There's exercises we can do. Just the awareness of things changes things phenomenally. Like, when we're just aware, like, just ask the first thing that comes to mind. Like, what's my limiting belief? Like, why aren't I? Because I'm in my parents' house. If that's the first thing, why, like, then find out, like, why am I still there? If I know that being here is, like, whatever, it's detrimental to me, blah, 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 what belief am I believing that's keeping me there? That, like, I can't do it on my own, or I'm not going to be strong enough to, whatever it is, it comes from somewhere. Maybe it comes from your parents. Maybe it's like, oh, you'll never make it on your own out here, you're just a girl. It could come from society in that way of, like, oh, but you're a woman, you're not a mama, you got to have a man. Like, or it could be coming from school time when you went to school and they were like, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck ever it is, it's not your fault that it's up there, but it's your responsibility to find it and heal it and shift it and change it so that you can rewrite everything around you and live the fullness of the life that you want to live, like wherever you want that to be, however you want that to be, in harmony, in success, and in all the things. And then, what is my body telling me right now? Our body speaks to us through physical pain and discomfort. Our body sends us messages for us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears, and the beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body, and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. Boop, boop. Get the book, Heal Your Life by Lou. That book is on YouTube for free, by the way. You guys can listen to it. Heal Your Body by Louis L. Hay. And find the answers toward which your body is guiding you. A lot of times, like, I knew, like, when my feet were messed up, it was about me moving forward on my path, you know? Like, there's a lot of things that are intuitive, but also where my feet were messed up is connected to the heart and the solar plexus when you do, like, reflexology. When you do stuff in, there's, like, reflexology, right? But then there's, like, the acupuncture. It's, like, all these things tie to different things. There's energy, there's chi, there's stuff. So it's, like, if I'm getting headaches, if I'm getting this, if I'm getting that, those are indications that, like, something's off in the energy. But it's usually coming from some belief or something that I'm thinking or feeling or allowing that's causing me disharmony. It's just disharmony in the energy, and it manifests physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, money wise, all wise. Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? So again, everybody else, what my soul truth is something other than what I've been allowing myself to believe. If I'm feeling any shame or guilt or fear or whatever, it's like, you don't know till you know. You can't grow and change until you know, and you can't know until you find out. And it's like, don't be like, oh no, I should have known, I should have done, I should have, coulda, woulda. It doesn't fucking matter. Figure out what you can figure out when you do, and be grateful that, like, oh my god, I'm so glad I figured it out now, so I don't have to do this anymore. Instead of like, I should have long ago. If you stay in that I should have long ago, it'll never happen, because you're still in it. You're still like, oh, and not like, oh, it's better for you because at least you learned that early on. Or we can do this in infinite ways. We can like make up so many excuses and so many reasons to stay stuck and to stay sad and to stay mad and to stay any way that we are, because it's our comfort zone. And we don't know if we're ready to break out of our comfort zone. We don't know if we have what it takes to, but we do. And we gotta remind ourselves that we do. And we gotta tell ourselves a new story. And we gotta not let other people fucking keep us down or block us or fuck with us or poke us off. Or and if we get triggered and somebody does do something, we are responsible for how long we allow that, or for how long we let it bug us. Because at the end of the day, even our responses to other people, it's like some people see people flip out on them and they laugh at them, and other people punch them in the face. It's like, you don't know what, but those are vastly different responses. You get to choose your response to everybody. You can be unbothered or severely triggered. It's up to you to choose. So when you're ready to let go, heal the shame by giving it name, bring it to light, and let it be seen, heard, and healed. And it's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. And what expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Be grateful, in all capitals. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul. And it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. Like I was just saying, you can't control things you don't know. You can't control how long it took you to figure something out. You can't control that. It's just, that's what it is. You can't control the outcomes of things either. Like, things just happen when they're meant to happen. But be grateful when they do happen, so that more can happen, and get into the vibration of it happening, and more happening, and more happening. But if we, are like, you need to know how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how exactly does it happen, it won't ever happen. So the expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves, with our relationship, when they are not met. Or with a relationship when they're not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Be grateful that peace is being summoned into your life. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. Comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. And I saw this yesterday from the guy that I shared. I can't remember. I think I might have shared him in the subscription thing, but it was like a guy talking about like, hey, yo, like, stop putting the expectations on shit. Stop expecting things. Like, stop trying to control everything, and stop, like, just give freely without all that attached to it. Be grateful for everything that you're manifesting. Be grateful for your ability to make a change in your life and in the change in lives of other people. Like, just be grateful. And when you're grateful and you focus on the positive, it has been scientifically proven, scientifically backed up. It's not just woo-woo bullshit. That it does change your mind. It changes the chemicals in your mind, of your body. It changes the outcome of the experiences that you're having, because you're in a totally different vibration than, oh, well, I could have got there better, or I could have done it better, or I could have this, that, or whatever the fuck it is that we keep telling ourselves because we think that we're not doing enough, or we're not enough, or we're whatever. When you're like, I'm so grateful, you will be like, more and more to be grateful for. More and more shows up. More and more releasing of the old ways that were sabotaging us from having that best life possible. Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, it comes from my parents also. I have been thinking about that, how I will heal a lot after leaving my family home. Well, and then in that belief right there too of like, I'll heal when I leave. Why can't you heal while you're there? You know, like don't limit yourself or put yourself into that box of I'm never gonna heal unless I get out of here, because then you'll never get out of there because you're not healing. So you got to heal to get out of there, so you can heal now. Gratitude is a high frequency, and the universe reacts to that. Exactly. So let go of the shame, let go of the guilt, let go of the past, let go of the anger, let go of the fucking bullshit, let go of what people told you, and be like, what else could this mean? You know, like how else? Let me redefine my life. Let me make my dictionary of my reality. Let me heal. A rebirth is assured. You got the bat too. I just split the deck. All of you guys, a rebirth is coming. Dream your world into being. Let go of the old, let go of the fear, let go of the lies, let go of the bullshit. Watch the words that you are speaking over your life. Watch the beliefs that you are manifesting. Bring your ideas to life. Be inspired, be happy, and the abundant universe will provide to you. Embrace the in-between, because like, oh, I spoke all these good things and I started thinking all this better stuff, but nothing happened. Well, give it time. Embrace the in-between. Don't freak out. Be peaceful. The more peace that you are, the more peace you will have. You see clearly now. So now you're aware of these things. Like, okay, like I don't have to move out to heal. It's time to heal right now. Like, I'm going to start healing. And when I start healing, I'm going to start moving. I'm going to start shaking. I'm going to start tending to those little things that I can tend to. Look at it like, be grateful that you have a home where it's like, I am in a safe place. Like, even if I don't make any money, I'm still in a place that's like, I'm not going to just be like abandoned or kicked out or whatever. Like, I'm good, okay? And then let me start tending to those small things inside of me that make me feel like, oh, I'm never going to heal while I'm here. Because like, that's just like not a good thing to be thinking, because then you're never going to get out of there. And then all the other things that happen to come up. Because once you start peeling that shit back and looking in there with the gratitude on it rather than the like, I'm stuck here. Like, I'm so grateful that I get to be here to work on this right now. Because if I wasn't here, I would have to have so much more pressure on myself to make the bills be paid all by myself. And I would have to face this healing journey all by myself. At least there's someone here. You know, like, look, even though it's maybe not the best people that you want in your corner at this time or whatever, make the best of it and shift the focus around it, and it will shift the energy, and it will shift the in-between time to start speeding up and learn from your past so the future can be better. Life purpose. Alright, we got freedom, and it says you're free to do what you choose, okay? So, like, you got the freedom, you've got it. This is the exact same messages that just came through. Freedom and trust. That's the exact same messages that just came through. So it doesn't, like, you need to trust yourself. You have the freedom to choose. The cards can't tell you what you should learn or what you should do or how you should do it or where you should do it or when you should do it or any of that. You are the only one that can determine that for you. You are your own school. You are your own master. You are your own builder. You need to become the one that's the author of your life. What do you want to do? What do you like to do? What fucking fills you up and makes you feel good and makes you feel whole? And what have you learned that you could teach to others? And again, you don't need to be the master of anything to teach other people. You just need to be a few steps ahead. So stop feeling like I need to know everything in order to become like the expert of it or whatever. It's like, no, you're never gonna know unless you go and grow. And like, people who master things teach it. That's how we master something, is we learn it and then we teach it, because it just like slams it in there. So you need to be able to counsel yourself and others through your creative expression, but you have so many options. So like, I'm using this, I'm using that. I'm like, turn that into what you want. Be inspired. Go into Etsy and look at what other people are doing in the fields of what you're interested in. Like, if you want to create art and you want it to be connected to spirit, you could offer readings of like, let me draw your spirit guides, let me draw your aura, let me paint this, let me do that, let me do whatever I'm guided to do. And if people like it, they'll like it, and if they don't, then you let it go. But you need to let go of like letting someone else tell you what to do or how to do it or when to do it. You're your own counselor, you're your own builder, you're the one that decides like what do you like to do and what are you good at doing, and then do those things, and let go of anything that's not serving you. And then you inspire young, so you can teach young children. Like, that takes so much pressure off of people, is to work with kids, teaching young kids. They're saying you're on the right path. So like, if you like doing art and you're into spiritual stuff, like, you could teach kids about chakras. You could make digital work that you sell on Etsy for like $5 a pop. And as long as people are buying it and you're putting it out there and you're promoting it and you keep creating new stuff, it will keep taking off. And you don't need to put it on Etsy. You can put it anywhere. You put it on your own website. You can put it in the link in the bio. I've talked about all these things in videos for free on the channel. So like, all the information is out there, but it's up to you to decide. And these things are out there for free anyways. Like these, like, I learned everything I learned for free. I didn't pay anybody to teach me anything other than my healing modalities. I learned everything I learned about online marketing and all of that stuff through like courses and things that I picked up over the years. And I self-taught myself things. But like, in the very beginning, at the very building time, I had nothing. I had no money. I had nothing. I just taught myself. I was my own counselor. I was my own school. So you need to counsel yourself in what you want to do and how you want to do it, and then do it. And I know music is also something you're inspired. You don't need to do the same thing all the time. You can incorporate it all. You could do some music. You could do some writing. You could do some teaching. You could do some art. Don't be painted into a box. Trust your soul will know, and like, the right people will like all of what you have to offer. And even if they don't worry about it. You will find the right people who resonate with the right stuff at the right time that doesn't have to be like detrimental to you. I'm not asking for permission anymore. I'm creating nonstop. I love art and writing. Yeah, so just do it, man. The freedom is what you're going for with life. I'm Midhaven Sagittarius. Yeah. So, you know, you may feel like an urge sometimes to hermit away, but like, in those times that you're hermiting away, embrace them as like, this is what I need for my creative time. This is what I need to create all this stuff. And then when I come out, I can sell it all. I can sell what I created that I'm not like emotionally connected to, or that like I want to share with the world. And I can record things while I'm hermited away. Like I think people get stuck on like, when I record, like, you don't need to be on camera. It could be your hands drawing. It could be your hands playing something. It could be your hands shuffling cards. And also know that you're divinely protected. Anything that you do or anything that you build, when you call in spiritual protection and you call in the spirits to guide you in the right way, for you to embrace your freedom and embrace your path and embrace what you're meant to do on this on this path, you will get the right healing energy. You'll get the right teacher. You'll bring your ideas to life, but learn from the past and the mistakes of the past, where it's like you didn't take the action, where you didn't jump in, where you didn't study that little last thing that you needed to study in order. Because sometimes we do that to sabotage ourselves. Like, we get a course, right? And the last part of the course is the thing that's going to teach us that last thing that we really need to fucking know on how to do. We already may have known everything else, but we didn't know that last part. But like, we could have some motherfucking block to it, and that belief of, I can't do it while I'm here, or that belief of whatever, I'm not good enough, or I don't know that, so let me stay in that place. We'll literally forget about the course. We'll literally not finish it, because we're sabotaging ourselves from the success that we don't feel worthy of, or the success that we don't feel like we are capable of, or good enough to know about, or whatever. And it's very subtle shit. But I really do feel like you could work with children and take a lot of pressure off of yourself by doing that. Like, think of like teaching kids like art classes. That's not hard, man. They're not going to be Picasso. They're not going to expect you to be able to draw like whatever. Like, it's like a good practice place to like teach art, or to teach chakra energy, or to teach like the basics of the things that you've been learning about that you're interested in, but like maybe you don't feel, you know, like confident in yourself right now to teach the adults. You know, like maybe you get intimidated by teaching other adults, but if you teach kids, that's like, oh, that's easy. They don't know shit yet. You got to tell them it all. So you can help them, you can teach them, you can learn, but you can also bring yourself into that thing of, I'm changing This is my new beginner mind. Let me act like the child that has not been conditioned yet, that has not been told how you gotta paint, or paint in the lines, or do this or do that. Break out of the fucking mold, break out of the bullshit that we've been told, and everything will come. But I really feel like you heal with kind words, wise advice, and empathic ear. Make sure you're doing this for yourself. See the big picture, and be who you want to become. Become that person, and then everything falls into place for you to be that person. Hi, Sirius. All right. So thank you guys very, very much. Yep, Cappy energy, but I have the Sag and the Cap, so I'm serious Sagittarius. Yeah, and that's kind of funny too, because it's like, I want to do it, but I want to like hide, and I want to be free, but I want to be structured. So, but that's okay. You can do all of those things at one time, and it's not going to be bad. You could be a professional, you could be a collector, a hobbyist. Like I think with Capricorn, we do have a natural instinct. I always like resonate with Capricorn because of all the Capricorn in my chart, but it's like I turn everything into work. But that works for me because that's my energy. But other people can just have a hobby and it doesn't turn into like a full-time career. I'm not like that. I'm like, my sister's like, I want to try making candles. Like, I'm still fucking making candles 5 years later. Like, it's just who I am. It's just how I am. But you can do that with anything. And if you don't like it anymore, don't do it anymore. But don't also feel like you have to, like, nothing. The worst case scenario, what if you put yourself out there and you fail? Well, at least you tried. There's so many people out there who do not try. They're afraid to try. They're afraid to fail. They're afraid to change. Just applaud yourself for even attempting it or thinking about it or taking the baby steps to get there. Awesome sauce. I'm glad it helped and resonated. But thank you. I think I got everybody in here. So yeah. I gotta go make more videos now. I gotta make them for my subscribers. I got 9 of them to do. But thank you guys very much. I will see you guys next month on the same night, the second Thursday of the month. Every month I go live for this. And my new subscription thing, it's $9.99 a month. I think there's one more spot open for $4.99 a month. And that's like where I teach more about the business stuff. I do have people in there who have no direction. They don't know what they're doing, but I'm working with them too. Like their questions tonight, like, what do I need to work on healing? What do I need to focus on next? Like Jenny is just open to receive whatever she needs. And like, other people are like, how should I design my thing? What should I do for my first offer? How do I get more people to sign up? So it's like, there's a vastness. But again, that's me. I have a vastness of information to share with them. I've built that over time, so I don't limit like what they can ask, because building your business when you don't feel good or you don't feel like you're ready or you don't know where you want to even build or what you want to build isn't gonna be great. But if you want to build yourself up, you got to start with those right questions. And so they're there and they're doing that and they're making the changes, and they're all on different levels. But that's what I'm going to be going to do now. And thank you guys very, very much. I will. Yeah. So like on my website, you can go on my website or you can go on Etsy, either one. Whatever one you see, that like twin flame spray or protection spray or Palo Santo spray, whatever you see, just grab that one, and in the notes section when you order it, tell me what you would like. Like, I want a custom spray for anxiety, or I want something for like abundance, or I want something for my life purpose, or I want something for my headache, or I want something for weight loss. Like, I have so many recipes. I literally have them for everything. I am going to be adding more on my website. I just started doing it the other day, because there's some I can't sell on Etsy, but like, I own my own site. I can do what I want on my own site, and they can kiss my ass, because it's like, some of the shit is just bullshit. It's like, they just don't want you to know that you can heal your headache without taking medication for the rest of your life that's full of chemicals. But yes, if you want something custom, I actually think I have a listing on Etsy that I can publish that is specific for that. It's like, I channel you a blend. I will try to remember to go put that published. Awesome sauce. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rick. I'll see you soon. In Renee. Namaste.